Hi, I'm James Graham. I'm a playwright and a screenwriter, and I have written Make It Happen for this year's Edinburgh International Festival. Make It Happen is essentially about the 2008 financial crisis, and in particular, the role that the Royal Bank of Scotland, which was at the time pretty much the largest bank by balance sheet in the entire world. The long shadow of the that financial crisis and everything that followed politically and culturally, I think you can draw a long line basically back to that rift, that economic event, and just dealing with the inheritance and the legacy of that. But in its own terms, the story itself of how this one bank over 10 years grew from pretty humble origins to become the largest in the world, and then suffered the biggest collapse of any of those global banks. I think on its own terms, that story and its characters are pretty Shakespearean and pretty remarkable. We do contain as our protagonist or antagonist Fred Goodwin, who was the CEO of the Royal Bank of Scotland, and then we have a historic character in the play called Adam Smith, who some people may know as the father of free markets, the father of modern capitalism, and he's being played by the legendary Brian Cox, who's returning to the Scottish stage for the first time in about a decade.